What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Supertits. Castle level is a 20. Looks like it was validated by a mage. Also has runaway, fairly high level, but I'm guessing it was the mage. So let's jump into it on my archer. It's going to be a little bit easy because I'm over leveled, but we'll still take a look and see what he's got in here.
Those monsters won't know what hit them.
Alright. So, a couple mines over here. Pretty low level mines as well. That could be all of his mines, I'm really not sure because it won't give me the star because it's a practice attack. I'm just going to go straight for the end though. I'm not going to worry about mines. I'll pick them off if they're on the way, but I'm not going to go out of my way and look for them. Alright, so you got a couple of your mobs that are over here that have kind of moved out of position, and that's mainly because of the silence trap. For some reason, randomly, people try to get, like, the minions try to get outside of the silence trap. So these guys are a little bit out of position from where you want them to be. They're just kind of stacked on top of here. I don't know if that's how you intended it, or, you know, it doesn't really look like it would change the overall group composition all that much. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of mass snotters. I don't think they do enough damage, especially when they're not in a choke. Like, if you had all the snotters kind of right next to a choke as you're, like, coming down this way, it's a lot more difficult for, say, knights to deal with them. But, either way, I mean, you could pull them back if you're a knight. You could pull them around this corner or something, or anything like that. And then, I think the Smelly Warriors were on, Griefer specialization, which isn't bad. But it's better for if they're gonna have to kite like a lot of big units past them. It's better like if the boss room was a bunch of mobs where I would have to kite back to this area, then it would resurrect them all and that would be good. See, as you can see, like if I had to kite these back, they would slowly resurrect them. But I don't think there's a ton that's all that scary so far from what I've noticed, from what I'm seeing at least. It's mostly just trash mobs, like lots and lots of snotters, lots and lots of Cyclopses, and then just a lot of jelly walls. I do like the archers. I think archers and jelly walls are pretty good because if I'm slow and I get stuck in one of these jelly walls, the archers will almost always hit. Snotters, I mean, they can do decent damage if they all hit you, but they're just so easy to kill off. I don't think they're really worth the point value to use them as an actual attacking unit. I think I still even have mine under leveled just so that they stay green, so that you can kind of hide them behind jelly walls a little bit easier. I'm not even going to level mine up, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. And then, like, focusing on so many traps inside of the boss room, I don't think a lot of people that are going to struggle with your castle, like I was able to just kind of fight around in here because I'm high level, but if someone's level 20 and they're going through here, I doubt they're actually going to fight inside of the boss room. They're probably going to kite bits and pieces of your boss room out, and you'll be able to skip about half of your boss room with the way it is right now. Like, if I were to come into your boss room and I just kind of picked off everything from this left-hand side, I'd be able to skip all of these snotters up in here. So, it's just something to keep in mind. If you use the boss room like this, you'll have like half of your defense being able to be skipped. But anyway, we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have BobbyKraft. Castle level is a 24. They down on a mage here. Mage actually has quite a few hit points for the level that he is. More so than me, I believe. Alright, so we're starting off, it looks like fire mine trap set up. And I am out of potions, which might actually make me fail this castle. I didn't realize that I was attacking a castle earlier that I had to retry a couple of times, and I must have used up all of my potions to do that. Alright, so let's see if I can get this done. So I managed to make it through that, but I'm a little low on life. Try to go for health globes the best I can. So this is similar to a castle that I used to actually have. I'm not sure if you modeled it after one of mine or if you just kind of made it different. I'll go back and take a look at all the setup after I kill off the mobs. I just want to see if I can survive through this. It's similar to one of mine, but it's not identical. So I mean, it might be modeled after it, but it might not be it as well. Just like the first two rooms, I guess. Well, not even the first two, but like two of my middle ones were similar to this. I used a fire mine setup in this specific room, and then the room before it that led into it, I used the same one as well. So there's definitely a lot of fire mines here. There's enough. There's only 3 question mark. Wait a minute. There's 4 springboard traps. Okay, so there are 4 springboard traps. That's good. The way that I set mine up is I had my springboard trap that wasn't actually like hugging onto the jelly wall, but I think that might have been a mistake on my part. I think this is good because you don't want people to be able to kite across this this springboard all that easily. So I like that. This should be working reasonably well for you. Just this in particular. It'll get less and less effective as your levels increase, though. Maybe not. I mean, they're good all the way up to like level 28 or 30 even for castles that I've attacked. And then you just kind of had the all in the boss room strategy afterwards, which I think that is probably the weaker point of your castle. I think the fire mine setup is strong. I think the all in the boss room strategy, although I'm seeing it a lot more at level 28 and above because webmasters are really popular, and throwing in webmasters plus Zeeks are actually kind of annoying to deal with. But other than that, like, I think that everything that under like the webmaster level, whenever you get those, is a lot weaker when you use everything in the boss room like this, and I think you should split it up a little bit more. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good castle. It's probably most of your kills should be based around the fire mine setup, and then obviously if someone's underleveled and they make it through, they'll die to your underleveled or undergeared, they should die to your boss room as well. I mean, it's not bad, it's just it's a lot easier to deal with now that they added all the hard caps and stuff on. So we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Pendragon00. His castle level is a 24. Looks like it was valid on a knight, so it could be a pretty hard trap castle, but that's not no, that's not always the case. But generally knights are a lot better at dealing with traps than archers are. The only one that I would say that archers might be better at is fire mine traps, just because they have the better mobility skills. Like, they'll die to it if they make any mistake whatsoever, but they can get through longer fire mine setups and stuff by using both of their abilities. But like spike tunnels and stuff like that, like this, I think that knights are definitely better at dealing with these, because their high physical resistances make them so that they can just kind of walk over them and kind of just ignore the trap altogether. Alright, so that's pretty neat. You kind of have the springboard, I like that, and then 2 fire mines if you keep moving forward. I'm not sure, I guess it's probably because you had 2 extra points and you didn't know what to use them for. 2 extra points on this generator. 3 springboard traps there. I think if someone spots those, they're never really going to sit on them, and it's possible that you could like remove one and put in a ballista trap, but it's not necessary. I just think that moving over spike traps while having ballistic pressure is a little bit more annoying than having multiple springboards. Like, you're either going to spot the springboard or you're not going to. But see, I have to dodge both the spikes and like try to time this out. Like, I got hit with a tick of damage there. I might have been able to do it better, but I'm even getting hit with multiple ticks here. But either way, like, you can see that when there's a ballista coming, you kind of have to time out your moves a little bit better if you want to take 0 damage. I like all of the springboard traps around here. Like, I noticed them, but there wasn't really any good areas for me to land. And actually, I still don't have potions, so I might end up dying to this if I don't take it pretty carefully, since there's no way for me to heal unless there's mobs. I'll try to get through it without dying, but I'm pretty low life now. I have to remember to buy potions for the next video. I try to buy them in excess because I always forget. It looks like it's going to be just traps, so I'm probably going to not be able to make it through this, but let's try. Yeah, I think I'll die right here. Yeah, okay. And then there's some creatures. I'm going to revive and take a look at the creatures. Alright, so it looks like a boss room with a handful of Defendatrons and Zeeks, and then there's 1 IMAX. I think the IMAX isn't really going to be all that useful, just because it's such a big room that I can't see the IMAX actually dealing enough damage to make his point cost useful. I would think like another Zeke would even be better than him. But it's not a bad boss room. It's, you know, a lot of mobs, but not too many. Like there's still enough in your castle elsewhere that, you know, it could lead to enough sustained damage, but probably not. Like most likely people are either going to die in your boss room or they're going to make it through, because you don't have any creatures inside of your spike tunnels to make it so that they take even more damage. You know, that's what I think, that's the strength of spike tunnels. Isn't really the spikes themselves, but it's the fact that you can make these like small areas that you have to fight a Pete Poundmore or something big and something strong. You can actually make use of those strong melee units, and it's also a good way of splitting up your defense points, so you don't have all of your mobs in the boss room. You can kind of split them up a little bit better when you use the spike tunnels and make it so that they can't backtrack through your entire castle. But either way, pretty good castle. I ended up dying too because I didn't have any potions. But yeah, this is number 3, so we're going to end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Eurocast, you can email me at friendsofcastleruns@hotmail.com. That's in the description, as well as a spreadsheet that you can see kind of when the when your castle is going to get ran. I'm backed up currently because I had a sore throat for a couple of days there, and I wasn't able to make as many videos as I wanted to. Still, at least I got one video out a day this week, and I'll try to do 2 a day next week, and start to catch back up again. But nonetheless, I'm taking level 16 and above requests for castles currently, so throw me across and I'll get to your castle whenever I have time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.